Good morning dear students. Today let us proceed with the Indian forest resource. Today in the early class we discussed about the types of meaning and the types of forest. Today let us discuss about the distribution of forest in our country. The total forest area in our country is 7.4 lakh square kilometer. It is for about 23.6% of total area of our country, but actually it should be 33%. But we are lacking 10% for apartments. Lacking forest area should be 33%, but we have 23.6%. So, in order to increase the area of forest in our country, 1952 National Forest Policy was launched in order to increase the area of forest resources. That is, at least we should have 30% of total area as forest resource. In our country, the forests are being redistributed. More than 60% of forest area in our country is located in Himalayas and 20% in Peninsular India, and rest is in the northern plains. So it is among the area where largest forest area is in Madhya Pradesh and Goa. Goa has a very least forest area in our country. So it is absolute necessary that conservation of forest is absolute necessary of the day, because we are declining every year. The area of forest reserved has been declining. That is because of agricultural land, construction of roads and railways, irrigation projects, then you have industrialization, urbanization, overgazing. All these are the causes for the destruction of forest in our country. A forest is very important, as we discussed in the early class. That is, prevention of destruction over exploitation of forest must be protected, because it's an absolute necessary of the day. So, preservation of forest resource is called as conservation of forest. What are the measures that Indian government has taken to preserve the forest? First and foremost, cutting of trees should be stopped. That is, control of deforestation, and restriction should be made on overgazing on grasslands. Control the forest fire. You know that during summer season, when the trees are dried up, they have the when they rub each other, heat is produced. As a result, you have forest fire. Kannada, if I want to say that, kaadgichu. So you have to control the forest fire, and you should prevent the forest from encroachment of people illegally. Controlling the forest from insects and diseases, and illegal cutting of trees should be controlled. Scientific tree cutting should be made. Means one side, if you are cutting the tree, you have to plant the tree which you have cut. So that is what we call it as scientific cutting of trees. Legislation should be passed on deforestation. Encouragement of afforestation is absolute necessary. Among all these, the very important one is awareness of forest resources. That is, we should have the forest. How important forest for us. So if you introduce, or if you put forth these measures very strictly, then we may gain 33% of total land area, and India may have sufficient forest resource. Forest is connected with the wildlife, and wildlife we have wide varieties. So wildlife refers to the wildlife sanctuary means providing shelter for the wild animals. Because man is capturing the wild animals and killing them, many species in our country has been vanished. So it is necessary to protect these animals. Prohibition forest area or restricted area. There are, in today if you see, there are 523 wildlife sanctuaries in our country. They are Annamalai and Madumalai in Tamil Nadu, Dandeli, Bhadra, Talakaveri, BR Hills in Karnataka, Periyar in Kerala, then Nagarjunasagara in Telangana, Bharatpura and Ranthambore in Rajasthan, Manasa in Assam, Jaldapara in West Bengal are some of the examples where the wildlife sanctuaries are established. Besides these wildlife sanctuaries, we also have national parks where extensively special species are being protected and preserved. Wildlife is a beauty of forest, and it is protected to public recreation also. You have seen Nagaramale National Park where you have been allowed to go into the forest area and you can look into the life of wild animals. The forestry, gazing and agricultural activities are not allowed here. In our country, nearly 99 national parks are located. Some of the important national parks of our country are Kaziranga in Assam, Sundarban in West Bengal, Corbett in Uttarakhand, then Gir in Gujarat. I should mention here in Gir National Park, the national animal tiger has been protected. Then Kana in Madhya Pradesh, Bandipura, Bannerghatta and Nagaramale in Karnataka, Sariska in Rajasthan, Dudhwa in Uttar Pradesh, Todoba in Maharashtra are some of the important national parks which have been restricted from having agriculture and protected wildlife. We also have biosphere reserves where special category of wildlife is being protected and it is very useful for the coastal environment. Here people are an integral component of the system. The main objective of biosphere reservoirs are conservation, research, education and local involvement is the main objectives. So with this we complete the forest resources of our country. Next is Indian water resource. In the next class we will discuss about the Indian water resource. I will be sending the notes of this. Please write